Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Port Charles is bracing for one of the most shocking weeks in recent memory, because on September 23rd, a return no one saw coming will flip the city upside down. The residents have weathered betrayals, hidden affairs, mob wars, courtroom battles, and secrets that stretch across decades. But nothing compares to the collective gasp that will echo through General Hospital when a familiar face, believed long gone, steps back into the lives of friends, enemies, and family. This is not just a casual return. It is the kind of twist that forces everyone to re-examine their past choices, their loyalties, and even their own sanity. When someone presumed dead suddenly reappears, every carefully constructed lie threatens to crumble. The spoiler preview for September 23rd teases that this isn't a dream sequence, nor is it an illusion or a fleeting memory. This is someone real, flesh and blood, standing in Port Charles again. And the ripple effect will be immediate. The shock will spread from the hospital corridors to the docks, from the penthouses to the coffee warehouse, and into every household in town. Some will rejoice, some will panic, and some will quickly start plotting how to use this unexpected comeback to their advantage. Because in Port Charles, the dead never really stay gone, and every resurrection brings more questions than answers. Imagine the scene, a regular day, tension already simmering as secrets threaten to break open, and suddenly, the camera pans, the music shifts, and there stands the figure no one thought they'd see again. The look on the faces of those in the room says everything. Shock. Disbelief. A mixture of relief and terror. People question if it's a trick, a twin, or some elaborate scheme. But the truth is plain. This person is alive. For months, whispers have circled about a possible return, but even the most die-hard fans couldn't quite believe it. General Hospital has staged comebacks before, but the timing of this one couldn't be more explosive. Alliances are already strained. Couples are questioning each other's loyalty. Families are hanging by a thread. And now, with this stunning return, everything resets. Port Charles doesn't just gain back one citizen. It reopens a wound that never healed. Consider the emotions of those closest to the returning figure. There are loved ones who grieved, who went through the stages of denial, anger, and acceptance, who built new lives assuming there was no chance of a reunion. What happens to them now? Do they embrace the miracle, or do they fear what this person's reappearance means? Every tear shed at the funeral, every promise made at a graveside, is suddenly shaken to the core. For those who moved on romantically, a ghost from the past complicates fragile new love. For those who betrayed the supposedly dead, the truth threatens exposure. And for the enemies who celebrated this person's demise, terror sets in. If the past didn't bury them, what vengeance will they bring now? The shockwaves will be immediate at General Hospital itself. Doctors and nurses, used to seeing the extraordinary, will still struggle to process how someone whose death certificate was signed is suddenly checking in at the nurse's station. Questions about medical cover-ups, falsified records, and conspiracies will swirl. Was the hospital complicit? Was someone paid to cover this up? Or was it a case of mistaken identity all along? Viewers will watch as Monica, Finn, and Liz all struggle to reconcile what their eyes are seeing. Even hardened professionals will be rattled. On the streets of Port Charles, rivalries will reignite. Mob leaders will question if their balance of power is under threat. Someone once thought neutralized could be returning to reclaim territory, assets, or old vendettas. Sonny Corinthos, the man always trying to stay 10 steps ahead, will feel the impact more than most. Will this return expose his weaknesses or reinforce his control? He knows better than anyone that a ghost from the past can unravel carefully guarded secrets. Carly will also find herself in the middle, because every time the past collides with the present, she ends up both protector and target. For Sam, Jason, and Drew, this twist hits harder than most. Their lives are built on complex identities, mistaken deaths, and manipulations from powerful enemies. A return from the dead forces them to confront all the ways Cassadine schemes and WSB cover-ups have rewritten history. Who do they trust? And will this return finally shine light on mysteries that have haunted them for years? Drew, in particular, may wonder if this shocking comeback connects to his own lost years. Sam, who has endured so many losses, might question whether destiny is pulling people back into her orbit. And Jason, who has cheated death himself, understands the stakes better than anyone. The Quartermaines will not escape the chaos. That family tree has always been filled with returns, imposters, and long-lost heirs. The sudden reappearance of a supposedly dead individual threatens ELQ, inheritance claims, and delicate family alliances. Tracy will no doubt be suspicious, calculating whether this return strengthens or weakens her influence. Ned, already juggling personal crises, won't welcome another destabilizing figure. And Brooklyn, fiercely protective of those she loves, will demand answers. Is this person back to bring healing or more destruction? Meanwhile, the Cassadines will circle like vultures. For them, death is rarely permanent, and resurrection is almost expected. But even they may be blindsided if this return disrupts their carefully laid plans. Valentine, already teetering between redemption and darkness, may see an opportunity, or a threat. Alexis, haunted by years of trauma tied to her family, will be forced to reopen wounds she tried to bury. And if Nicholas or Helena's shadow is involved, the fallout will be catastrophic. Relationships will be shaken at their core. Imagine couples standing on shaky ground, suddenly confronted by the reappearance of an ex, a spouse, or even a child long thought gone. Emotions surge when someone walks back through the door after years of absence. For those who gave their heart to someone new, guilt and confusion will set in. Do they honor their current commitment, or do they answer the pull of a lost love miraculously restored? For others, anger will dominate. How could this person stay away? Why didn't they fight harder to return sooner? Every hug of reunion risks turning into a confrontation. The children of Port Charles will also be affected. Sons and daughters who grew up with only stories of a lost parent may suddenly meet them face to face. For some, it's a dream come true, a fantasy made real. For others, it's disorienting, even frightening. Bonds forged with surrogate parents or guardians could be strained as biology reclaims its place. And for teens and young adults, this is yet another reminder that in Port Charles, reality is never will feel the heat most. Whoever plotted this person's downfall, whoever benefited from their absence, must now answer. Secrets buried deep begin to surface. Did someone forge documents? Did someone frame another? Did an enemy stage a death to gain control? Those who profited from this disappearance will be desperate to cover their tracks. Expect schemes, blackmail, and perhaps even attempted silencing to follow. Because if the truth is fully revealed, reputations and fortunes could collapse overnight. This return also forces everyone to confront their own morality. Do you forgive someone who vanished under mysterious circumstances, or do you demand explanations before opening your heart again? Is a second chance deserved, or is it dangerous? The moral debates around loyalty, betrayal, and redemption will fuel powerful scenes. Courtrooms may be filled. Confessions may be forced. Friendships may fracture. Because when someone comes back from the dead, no one can stay neutral. The September 23rd preview teases that this isn't just a return for shock value. It is a catalyst for a massive storyline that will dominate months to come. A secret held by only a few will begin to unravel, with the entire town caught in the fallout. Someone may have been keeping this survival a secret, guarding the truth for reasons not yet revealed. That means betrayal isn't limited to the returning figure, but extends to those who knew and stayed silent. How do you forgive someone who let you grieve unnecessarily? The anger and sense of betrayal will be as intense as the joy of reunion. Expect confrontations in iconic locations. The Metro Court, where deals are struck and secrets overheard. The docks, where threats become action. And of course, General Hospital itself, where lives hang in the balance. Each location will witness pieces of the fallout. And in the larger sense, this return reminds viewers of the soap's core theme, family, legacy, and the fact that in Port Charles, the past is never truly past. Every character, whether veteran or newcomer, will be drawn into the mystery. Some will seek to protect the returning figure, others will try to exploit them, and some will plot to destroy them once again. The pacing of this storyline promises long-awaited payoffs. Fans who speculated for years will finally see closure. Others will be blindsided by revelations they never expected. And as always, the writers have layered enough suspense to keep viewers guessing. How did this person survive? Who helped them? Why now? And what unfinished business are they here to complete? The September 23rd preview is a turning point. By the time the episode airs, Port Charles will not be the same. A familiar face steps out of the shadows, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can prepare the citizens for the storm about to hit. Lives will be changed forever, alliances will be shattered, and the ripple effect of this return will dominate General Hospital for months to come. So buckle in, because the week ahead promises to be one of those unforgettable stretches of daytime drama where everyone will be talking, speculating, and reliving the shock. The dead have returned, the living are in chaos, and Port Charles is on the brink of a new chapter that begins September 23rd. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.